Alright, this video is specifically made for the family. This is made because I'm upstairs. My name is Miss Collins. I'm upstairs in my parents' home. The resident that used to live here moved out. And I just want to show the condition of this upstairs unit while this resident was living here, I believe, and after she moved out. Now, let's just be clear. The individual who's been making repairs in this unit, in this apartment, as well as my parents' apartment on the first floor, based upon my observation, has been literally botching these repairs and damaging not only this apartment, but the apartment where my parents reside, which is the lower level. And I want to show this to whoever is going to become power of attorney or whatever you want to call it for this house. Okay, so let's start with this entranceway. Okay, now this closet here, this is when you enter in, right, from the steps. This closet here is supposed to lead up to the roof, right? Okay, now let me just open this up. Okay, so in this closet, there is a radiator. There is, I think that's what, molding. That's molding. As you can see, I'm going to try to get a little closer. That's molding. Okay? That's molding. Now, this just says a fire inspector comes here and want to go up this ladder. This ladder is not braced to the floor. I drilled a nail here to brace at least this side to the floor. Okay? So you see that radiator there. Okay. Let's close this. Okay. Let me see. Let me show you. There was some type of hook here. I took it off underneath that hook. You see what's behind there? Okay. All type of command hooks and holes all over the back door of the entranceway. Okay. The door, it's pretty hard to close also. Okay, so we're going to turn into the kitchen part now, right? Now, you see the grout behind here? All right, I chipped it out because it was falling out. So I chipped it out and I'm going to regrout it. Okay? This is the piece that I was telling you guys. This is the piece that I was telling you that I took from behind that door. I don't know what the heck that is. All right. Everything looks nice, right? Everything looks sweet, right? Okay. Let's take a look at the corners here. Do you see the corners? This looks like sheetrock put on top of original walls, done in the worst nasty way. Do you see that? Okay. The tile is put on horribly. As you open the cabinet door, you can see more of the gap between the wall and the cabinets. You see that? Do you see it? Okay. This tenant that was living up here, she put contact paper on all of these cabinets where it pulled up some of, I don't know if there was real wood or whatever, but it pulled up some of the, it just damaged the wood. All right. Now you're wondering why I showed you the radiator. That radiator was supposed to be here. I don't know who did this contraption, but I do know that the resident, when she lived here, she had a washer and dryer combo right here. And I remember it because I came up here at the time that the neighbors next door had a fire. So the radiator was removed, and if you notice, you see that molding? Okay. See the missing radiator? Along with the missing molding. Okay? Where is the molding? Where is the radiator? Hold on. It's in here. That is the radiator. That is the molding. Okay? All right. Okay. Now let's look at these cabinets. Okay, remember I told you that the resident that was living here, she put contact paper. All this contact paper is damaging the wood. That's why when people put contact paper, I don't know why they think that it's okay that they can put contact paper when you're renting a unit. No, it's not. It's not okay. If you get the okay from the property manager, then that's fine. But this is not okay. Okay? And why I say it's not okay is because when you take the contact paper up, it does this. It does this. See, this is the other side. And then it's this side. Okay. Now, this contractor or carpenter, friend of the family, whoever he is, I dismissed him from doing anything up here. Why? Because when I showed him this, okay, this is what he did. And I asked him, I said, did you do this? He said, yes. I said, why would you do this? He says, oh, so what? It's under the sink. What's the... No, it's not so what. Oh, so what? He gets nasty. He gets irate, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to be working while you... I said, you're absolutely not going to be working because I am a family member. And whoever you was doing work for, whatever, the person that was living up here, they were tenants, strangers to my family. Okay, fine. But I'm here now. And you will not be doing any work in here. Absolutely not. Okay, so... See how these cabinets are? They're not flushed. You see how they are? Look at the very top where the molding is. You see that big wedge opening? Now as I stream down, I'm talking about right here. You see that? Now watch closely. You'll see come down. You come down. Let me close this cabinet here. Come down. Follow my finger. Look at that. You see that? What's happening between here and then we go again. And then it's pushed back. It's pushed back. So what's the deal? Okay. If you look under here, now we're going to look underneath the cabinets. This is the grout under the cabinet. Sloppy. Look at this. Sloppy, nasty, horrifying. Horrible. Hard. Absolutely hard. Okay. This is the window. Look at this windowsill. You see this windowsill here? This is an absolute no. No. Okay, so let's go to one of the bedrooms. But before we go to the bedrooms, I want to show you something with these walls here. This is the walkway. Okay, see this wall? In my parents' house, this wall on this side, when you walk, it's curved in. It has a curve in. And I noticed that there is no curve, which means this is not the authentic wall. Clearly it's not. It's sheetrock. It's sheetrock stuck onto the authentic wall. Okay? And it's sloppily done. Horrifying. Now, I'm sorry, on this side, also, okay? How do I know that? Because, look, take a look. The sheetrock is hanging down. It's literally hanging over the wall. It's hanging over the molding, okay? It's hanging over this molding. That's sheetrock. So, between this wall and this wall, it's covered with sheetrock, the original wall, as well as this wall. that leads into the bathroom. It's covered with sheetrock. The original authentic wall, and it's done sloppily. Sloppy. Yes. This entire area. Same thing. Covered in sheetrock. He sheetrocked the whole thing because, I don't know, maybe he didn't want to do the actual job. This is the closet, as you can see. Sheetrock, sloppy and nasty. Okay. Let's go into one of the bedrooms. Now, we're in bedroom number 1 in the back. Look at this windowsill. You see that windowsill? Awful. Just horrible. Look at this. Yes, that's the windowsill. This is windowsill 1. This is windowsill number 2. And there's going to be a part 2 in this video. Okay? So as I'm looking at these two, I'm noticing this. When I pointed it out to this so-called family carpenter who's been just doing hack jobs in here, depleting the value of this house. Because this house now, because of his botch work, is going to need a lot of work. Because of all his botch jobs. Now, as I'm looking at this, AC in this window that the former tenant left, I came a little closer to this radiator. And as I looked at the radiator, I noticed this piece of whatever that is was covering over here. So I removed it. And when I removed it, that's what I saw. Straight on down till morning. Yes, so I'm going to come up from the radiator in the corner. In addition to that, the floors are mushy. They're soft. They're soft floors. And they're moving. Problem. Alright. And look at this paintwork. Like, who does this? Who does it? I don't care what the reason is. I don't care what the excuse is. Then inside this closet, same difference. Same difference. This is brick, as you can see. Nevertheless, what kind of chop hack job is this? Yes, that individual who was doing the work in here, he was dismissed. I said, you're not going to do any work in here if I'm living in here. No, you're not. All right. Let's go to room 2. Oh, before we leave room 2, take a look at this. This the light switch. Awful. All right. There's going to be a part 2 to this. Okay. So I'm going to conclude this as a part 1. We're going to go to part 2.